Hey coaches, how are you? This is Melissa, founder of the Limitless Army, and I am going to do a quick call about the Getting Started Right call. So actually, I have some notes on my phone because I want to make sure I don't mess this up or forget something. But the Getting Started Right call shouldn't be your very first communication with a new coach. At least that's my opinion. So you get someone who's interested in coaching, you've spoken to them about coaching, you then sign them up as a coach. And to all my new coaches, regardless whether or not they are discount coaches, hobby coaches, or working coaches, everyone gets the same email. If you are a coach on my team, you will know what email that is. And that is your welcome email. Welcome to the Limitless Army. And the reason I do that is for two reasons. One, it is quite a lengthy email, so you definitely have to go through it and read it, which allows me to get a good idea. If you don't read through it, then either you're too busy or you're not really concerned for this as a business, because if you invested in it as a business and you get an email, you will read through it. And the email is basically information about the team, about our team calls, about where you can find our team information. It has a link to a YouTube video from me that explains what a discount coach, hobby coach, and business builder is. It also has another video about how I work my month if you decide to be a business builder or even a hobby coach. And it encourages in like 3 different places for someone to reach out to me with 3 times that they can have a Getting Started Right call. And the reason I do that is because I want them to tell me when they can be available. And I ask for 3 times because, generally speaking, in my business life, when I worked for someone else, usually 3 times helped in figuring out something, a time for a meeting. So 3 times I work for you, and let's hope that I can fit into one of those. If not, I will give you 3 times back, and we will try to figure out something for us to have this call. On that video, I go very in depth on what each type of coach is, and I explain to them that it's okay to be either one, that I'm going to roll with you where you want to go. And I do this because signing up as a coach is overwhelming. Joining all the team pages and getting all that love is nice, but it's also overwhelming. Then you're in a challenge group. So all of a sudden you go from maybe being in no groups to being in like 5. Let's be honest, that's what happens. And then also in that email is the sign up for the Lead Well Mastery. And explains that. And usually, sometimes I forget this, usually the 7-day quick start is on there. And if they go through the 7-day quick start, they would have written down their goals already. So by the time you have a phone call with them, they're already familiar with the differences in coaching. They're already familiar with the training opportunities. And they're already familiar with what Beachbody offers, and even as far as what certain ranks are, at least Emerald rank. So if they get back to me and they actually schedule a call and we get on the call, I like the call to be on Zoom or Skype or some type of video so we can see one another. That doesn't always work out that way, but that is always my number one goal. And from there, I try to make sure the first thing I do is commend them on getting onto the call, but also easing that feeling of overwhelm and explaining to them that we're all overwhelmed, that it does take time to learn everything, that it is like starting a new career. And when you go into orientation, a lot is thrown at you, and eventually you find your way within an organization. So I like to explain that to them because I want to make sure that they understand that what they're feeling is okay, right? So we're on the phone, I tell them, validate their feelings, and I just ask them about their goals. So you've gone through, I'll check through. You went through Leadwell. You looked at the Leadwell Mastery. You sign up. Yeah. Okay. Did you get to check out those videos in the email? Yeah. Okay. Did you get the 7-day quick start? Yes. No. Okay. Right. What are your goals? And we just go right into that. So that allows them the opportunity to tell me about what's going on in their life, what their business fitness goals are, what they want to do with this business so that I can appropriately guide them. And it's so easy to want to just start talking, and it's really important to sit down and just take notes on what they're saying to you. That way you don't butt in when they're not done, and you listen and you hear what's happening. So perhaps they just want to, help certain people in their community. Well, then okay, we're going to go over the business quick start, but you're going to go over it a little quicker with them. You're going to just tell them where things are. You can give them some advice. You'll help them, where whether it's the BB links or Simple Coach links or the Coach Mobile app, you'll help them understand where to find that. So when they are just helping people in their community, they can sign them up without much concern. And then you always explain to them that you can ask me any questions, because even if I don't know the answer, I can probably find it faster than you or help you find it faster. So I always explain to them that we're there together, that we're a team, especially in their first 3 months. If they tell you that, they're unemployed and they need to make some income, then you take it from there. And you really tell them to go back to the 7-day quick start. You explain to them Emerald. You then look over their goals if they filled out that second page, and if they did, highly encourage them to. You explain to them the income potential and how they can make the money they need to make. And you give them some homework. So I always, easy homework, especially for someone who really wants to work the business, is I need you to introduce yourself as a coach online. And I have ideas and tips and stuff like that on my team page on how to come out as a coach. And I need you to jump on a power hour. I explain to them the power hour, and I tell them that it's, a great way to run your business. And we do it together as a team. And there's 3 different power hours that are run through Leadwell Legacy, and they need to jump on them. You may get pushback. You may not get pushback. You may see them on there. You may not see them on there. But you're guiding them. You're telling them what's working, what works. If they end up just wanting to be a discount coach, then you guide them through that, right? But you also explain to them as you're going through what ranks are, etc. You just give them vision. Like, okay, well, you're in this for Shakeology. I see you have 50 pounds to lose. It's great that you decided to do a discount because you're going to save X amount of money. And as you're losing weight, people are going to ask you about it, and you may want to, have them join a challenge group, or they're going to ask you for what you're doing, and you're going to need to sell a challenge pack. And so I'm going to give you the tools today to do that. These are the websites that will help you, with your challenge pack. Of course, you and I are always going to work together. And if you have someone who does want to be a challenger, you can add them to my group. And I explain that and how they can be part of the group and they can coach them within my group. And then I also throw in Success Club. And I just tell them, hey, if it happens to be that 3 people join your group, you actually hit Success Club. And when you hit Success Club, this happens. You get a gift from corporate. These things, are beneficial. And then you throw in vision. Okay, well, I'm actually, I've achieved Success Club 24 months in a row. That means I'm a Success Club legend. That also means that I've gained access to 2 different vacations paid for by Beachbody. Like, isn't that amazing? You'll get there too one day. And you just throw the vision out there and, let it sit somewhere, wherever it is. The main part of the Getting Started Right call is to get their goals and then give them some homework to do. So the first thing you did was a welcome email that gave them information and got them going, right? And if they got as far as calling you or getting in a call with you, that means they've read the email and they're somewhat serious about this. If they didn't even do that, I will follow up with them, but I'm going to throw them in the coach group and I'm going to put them in Coach Basics and I'm going to say, kind of be a little bit more hands off because clearly you don't want my help or you're not ready right now. And I don't want to push you further than you're ready. But if they have set the appointment with you and you're having the Getting Started Right call and they tell you their goals, then you want to give them some homework to see if they follow through with that. Now, what I like to do with coaches who are like, I want to build a business and I'm already doing training. Some of them jump into training right away. I'll say, okay, you and I are going to work together and I'm going to mentor you as I would mentor anyone who wanted to who wanted to be successful at this. And let's just set up a check-in time, especially for that first month. So it might be on the weekend, it might be on the weekday, whatever. It'll be a regular time. It could be a Zoom, it could be a phone call, it could be Messenger, whatever it is you guys agree, let me just check in on you. I'm also going to throw you into my Coach Basics group. My Coach Basics is self-paced, so you jump in there and you start. And ask me questions along the way. There's a chat that goes along with Coach Basics. Throw some questions at me. We'll work along with it. I'm going to run if you run. I'm going to walk if you walk. I have tools to help you do either one. But I need to see what you want to do. And then I have coaches who'll be like, all right, game. They start Coach Basics. They start asking questions. They want to know more, etc. We're going back and forth. I'm helping them, close some people, helping them sell challenge packs, explaining along the way. Maybe something from the 7-day quick start is finally kicking in. And we're having more conversations. But that GSR call, that Getting Started Right call, it's where you want to establish yourself as their mentor and explain to them that it's okay to be overwhelmed and that you're going to be there for them. The rest is just information. The rest is stuff you just learn along the way. It's really hard for us as coaches who've been coaches for a little longer to remember, but you don't learn everything in the Coach Training Academy in a week. Even if you hear it, you don't learn it. Because you don't learn it until you experience it. And so I like to explain that a lot. And it's okay. I'm going to tell you what Emerald is, but you're not even going to add that coach. When you have a coach, you're going to ask me about it so I can make sure that we remember what legs to put them on. All right. And then the same thing's going to happen when you go to Ruby, and the same thing's going to happen when you go to Diamond. When you're ready to sell that first challenge pack, if you forget all of these links and information that I'm giving you, cool. Send me a message or put it in the team chat, and someone will respond to you to help you. Also, I let them know where everything is in the back office. So I do like to screen share, and I do show them the business tab in the back office. I do show them the, where to see your commissions, where to see your customers, where the FAQs are, and where the training is. I explain to them how to get into their Coach Online office, and I tell them they need to start checking it daily. And then we leave it at that. If they are a discount coach, check you in the group. We're going to help you with your goals. If they are a hobby coach, getting them started to, to that level. So let's get you, your first 3 customers, or you need help starting that challenge group that you want to start. This is where the links are for the challenge packs. If they are a business builder, Coach Basics, I need you to do the Lead Well Mastery. I need to talk to you at least once a week, and let's just connect so that you don't feel that overwhelm that you're going to feel when you're trying to build a 6-figure business on day 1. And that's it. That's what I do. So far, so good on that, and I hope that was helpful.